on ELPS. I would say that's roughly 2016-17. Determine the enrollment trends between now and then. Review the plans developed by the City of East Lansing and Michigan State University between now and then. Determine the impact of these plans on the potential growth. Determine changes in property tax values. Determine appropriate alternative uses of 4 sites, not 6. And then, depending on data and information above, seek voter approval to build a 6th grade wing at McDonald Middle School based on the input we received here tonight from RJ, and complete additions, renovations at 1, 2, 3, or 4 of the remaining sites. I think that parallels some comments that George made. I think it gives us something for everybody. I still advocate to move the district forward more. But I've been really concerned about us getting stuck at 4-3 and not being able to move things forward. I think we need to find some common ground, and I think that maybe some of this allows us to find some common ground. I think we've all changed our mind in a variety of different ways. George, I remember you wrote a letter to a number of people earlier suggesting that we do build schools across the district. And I appreciate your comments tonight and have a great deal of respect for you, as I said earlier in the meeting. But we're stuck, and we need to get unstuck. Our community needs us to come together. We need to come together. We need to invest in our students, and we need to demonstrate that as a collective body of elected officials and a superintendent that we can work together in a modeling, in a fashion that models this for other groups and for our community. And I think we need to move forward. I'll be dramatically disappointed if we can't get off square one tonight. I don't mind saying that. Dramatically disappointed. We've got to get off square one, and I think it best if we find a continued compromise here. As suggested by some, I think this captures a little bit of something for everybody. We've lost sight of that K-12 technology piece, and I also saw Janet Brock out here a little bit earlier, and I've been meaning to say, there she is, I've been meaning to say that all of this discussion about 5-6 is in no way a reflection of Janet, Rob, Elaine, Cindy, Michelle, Andy Wells' leadership, and the good work that's been done in those 5-6 buildings for a long time. You guys have done a tremendous job, and we're reaching out to help you, not counter the good work that you've done. And I found a way to get that into the conversation. All right, maybe that gives us another hour. Maybe we're here till 11:30 or 12:30 after that little change, but we got to get off square one, and we've got to find a way to do that. And so,
well,
there we go.
Procedurally here, we have, thank you, Dave.
I know, we were going to get ready to vote, and I wanted to get another.
Okay,
There's
so-
a lot there that we can think about.
Well, Dave, if you'd stop talking, maybe I can help you. So I'm willing, Madam President, to, with the permission of the seconder, to withdraw my motion and substitute in place what he just said for the purposes of discussion at the very least, because that was a pretty long motion if I understood the motion, so.
Mine wasn't a motion.
Well, it may be morphing into one.
I'm willing to withdraw my motion and have that proposal be my motion on the floor, if the seconder will agree.
I will agree, and I will then second whatever that motion was you just made.
And then, Madam President, could you ask the superintendent to repeat that motion,
Do
please?
I have to?
Well, because I got to get the whole thing in my mind.
Okay, so, go ahead. Hit me.
Well, full additions, renovations at Pinecrest, the dollar amount that we had in play was $10,191,360.
Wait a minute, 10,191.
I didn't say numbers first time through. Now I'm putting
Yeah, but
numbers
what
on.
configuration is this?
Yeah, what is it? What configuration, and for how many students?
Are these the new numbers?
This is what would be designed as a K-5 school or a K-4 school with, yes.
Which?
Well, these are
Which?
not, you help me with which. okay? That would be fine. I'd love to have some help here. I'm putting out a concept here, and I need some help.
Well, I would, if I might, encourage you to go through conceptually, again, where you are in terms of,
Okay.
go through it conceptually for now.
Can I ask it this way, Rima?
Mm-hmm.
Dave, could I just say back to you what I think you said was phase one?
Sure.
Okay. I understood you to suggest that someone should make a motion, and I guess it turns out to be me, that we go to the voters in February for the purposes of doing, I'm going to use the term reconstruction, of Pinecrest and Marble as schools capable of handling K-4 or K-5, correct so far?
Yep.
Plus a technology component, which I assume you're suggesting would be parallel or mirror the technology component that was included in a set of numbers that we had from Clark about 3 meetings ago, I'm guessing, correct?
However, those were K-8 numbers, and I would suggest this be K-12, so there would be a little
K-12,
additional.
okay, all right. And so I have a set of numbers that Reem and I have argued about today, and I apologize to her if I misinterpreted something, because I respect her greatly, but today, we have a 9/26/2011 estimate, which says Pinecrest at $10,153,395. Is that the number you're referring to?
It can be. My number is very close to that. It certainly can be that
And
number.
then I have one, on this same sheet, Rima, you know what I'm talking about, the one we
Yep.
got tonight?
Yep.
Of Marble of $9,827,123?
Yep.
Okay. So those would be the two amounts there. There'd be a K through 12 technology bond.
Well, it would be a separate bond in my mind. It
I
would be
understand
all
that.
one proposal.
So- But this is your phase one.
Yep.
And was there any other money asked?
Yes.
What was the third one?
Mechanical, electrical, furniture, and equipment, including air conditioning in all schools.
Okay.
And I say that because you need to get to the back end of White Hills Elementary School on the last day or two of school. Janet, I was there, you'll confirm that. It is miserable, and the teachers did a fantastic job. And we'd like to expand at some point into months where air conditioning is
Okay,
needed.
and so is there, because forgive my memory, but have we ever had an amount on that
Yep.
before?
I did a rough calculation from Ted's information and saw mechanical and electrical, furniture and equipment, approximately, needing some refinement, was $2.5 million per school, so a total of $10 million for those 4 additional schools.
Okay, so those are all the money components, correct?
Yes,
Okay, of your phase one, and that's a total of approximately $34 million?
my number is at approximately $37 million,
Okay.
with a question mark next to K-12 technology.
Oh, in terms of the amount?
Could be, it could, 37
Okay.
is right about
All right,
on the mark.
So that's the phase one, is that correct?
Yes, I would
and-
also say continue to
and-
market Timber Lane, but no changes in grade configuration, 4 K-4 schools and 2 5-6 schools.
Okay, and that's phase one?
Yep.
Okay, then can you talk to us about phase two as you perceive it?
Well, I think we collect data. What's the status of public school funding and the impact on ELPS? What are the enrollment trends between 2011 and 2016? Maybe we adjust that number based on RJ's data tonight. I think we need to review the plans developed by the City of East Lansing and Michigan State University over the next 5 to 7 years and determine the impact of these plans on the potential growth of the East Lansing Public Schools. Let's take a look at the property tax values. Let's determine the alternative uses of each site, Glen Cairn, White Hills, Red Cedar, and Donley, in concert with community partners, the neighborhood associations, MSU, City of EL, local businesses. A lot of statements were made about, you know, we'd really like to work with you, and we can find some alternative uses. We tap into that. And then depending upon the data and the information above, we move into phase 2. I'm still a strong advocate of the 6-8 middle school. I'm still a strong advocate of a K-5 elementary school. Still a strong advocate of that we need better improved technology right now. Then maybe we begin this building project in this capacity